Back again with another WWE tier list ranking. I don't know why I'm doing this salute, but I'm doing it anyway. My John Cena vibes, man. Today we're gonna be ranking some random WWE peer list. Rewind that. Today we're going to be doing some WWE tier list ranking. Usually I would cut that out, but you know what? We're going to keep it in there. Sometimes you mess it up. You know, it was a botch. It was a screw up. You know what I'm saying? A fumble. You know what I mean? So today we're going to be doing some WWE PLE tier list rankings. Again, this is part 2. You know, this is just my perspective and opinions on what matches show up and where I believe they should be ranked. Some of y'all may agree and disagree, so y'all can leave it in the comment section below as far as how y'all feel. If you also got some suggestions of, you know, tier list rankings you want to see pro wrestling related, also leave it in the comment section below. But before we start, please, as always, make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment below, and turn on all notifications for this YouTube channel to be updated with all pro wrestling content and to be updated when we go live every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time Zone for the No Name Wrestling Podcast, which we do allow the viewers and engagers to come on from time to time to engage with us and debate with us. We allow that on this platform. We welcome that on this platform. So please be on the lookout for that. Now, before we dive into this, I need to know from y'all. I need to know from y'all right now if there are some suggestions that you want to see me do for tier list rankings. Leave it in the comment section below right now before this video even starts. Something that you just want to see off the rip, let me know. Alright, we have another PLE matches tier list ranking we're going to do right here. A bunch of random matches put together right here. So let's dive into the first match. We have Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. This was this year, in 2024. This was at King and Queen of the Ring. This was a good match. This was a good match. I really enjoyed this match. Logan Paul is just really good at WWE, whether people like him or not. I know it's a hard pill to swallow for some people, and I know some hate him so much they don't want to, you know, admit it, but he's just really good at WWE, and some people do find Cody Rhodes to be a boring champion, but I like the presentation he's had as champion so far. You know, everything that he's done with his character and stuff and the stories fits everything, if you ask me. Cody's one of the best in the world right now, despite how people feel about him. So this matchup was good. It was kind of a random matchup, like a filler match for Cody to have as champion, but it was a good match. I really enjoyed that one. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Honestly, this was a good match as well. I know some people were upset that Ronda Rousey beat Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't know what people expected, because they were never going to have Liv Morgan beat Ronda Rousey, because she was just not believable at that time to beat a Ronda Rousey. She was not a badass opposing threat character to do so, which is one of the reasons they had that SummerSlam finish when she, you know, tapped out before the 1, 2, 3, and then she got booed the next night on SmackDown they had. So, you know, this was a very good Extreme Rules match. I really did like that. That Extreme Rules pay-per-view overall was very, very good. The Bray Wyatt return and stuff. But that Extreme Rules match I really did enjoy. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 19. I'm not going to cap to you all. I don't think this match is as great as some people build it up to be. I do think it gets a little overhyped. I think they had a better match at SummerSlam in that same year, and then their best match that year was the Iron Man match on SmackDown, if you ask me. WrestleMania 19 is also not a top 5 WrestleMania all time, if you ask me. I do think there were other WrestleManias that are better than that. WrestleMania 19, I think, is a top 10, but I do think there were other WrestleManias that are better just overall. In this match, honestly, I feel like what majority of most people talk about is the shooting star press botch, like when Brock Lesnar damn near broke his neck, you know, going for that shooting star press. That's the main thing I hear most people talk about this match, which doesn't discredit the match at all. I'm just speaking, you know, how I just feel about it. So, let's see. Where do I want to put this? It's between great and good. It's definitely not in the elite category. I'm not putting it in the elite category. I don't think it's that great. But I do think, just based off the other matches that we have on here on this tier list that I also have to rank. I don't know if I want to be nasty or not. I don't know. Let me think, because I got to look at the other matches that we have that I haven't ranked yet. What matches are on the same level or better? Do I feel like it's on the same level as this, though? You know what? Honestly, I do. I'm putting it in the good category. That's probably going to infuriate a lot of people, but I'm putting it in the good category. I do think that it's kind of on the same level as these matches as far as match quality and being that good. And I also do think there are better WrestleMania main events in this one as well. Like I said, this wasn't even the best match they had that year. So, you know, I'm standing on business. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley is elite. That's a top 2 women's match in WWE history. The only other one that I think could be above that would be Sasha and Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015. This honestly could have been the main event of WrestleMania 39, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. I would have been totally happy with that being the main event of WrestleMania that year, because that match was just, oh my gosh, like, the storyline buildup wasn't that great, and I think that's what kind of upset a lot of people, and the expectation kind of got very low for that. But my gosh, that match at WrestleMania, they kicked ass, man. They overexceeded expectations, if you ask me, as far as how people felt as the story build up and where that was headed. Mixed tag team match: Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice. This was decent. This was okay. It was all right. It was all right. Tag team match right here. Oh my gosh, Sasha and Bianca versus Nia and Shayna. This was okay too. This was okay. This was okay. I'm not gonna put it in the same category as these matches because I don't think it's on the same level as those matches. So I'll give it decent. That was a decent matchup. Oh man, this Iron Man match right here. I gotta put it in trash. I wasn't feeling it, and it really wasn't Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins' fault. It's mainly the crowd. I didn't like how the crowd was doing the countdown. The crowd kind of hijacked this match and kind of ruined it. I'm not going to lie. They kind of ruined it for a lot of people, and I think most people will probably agree with me on that one. So, I just really feel... like, the crowd definitely diminished that a lot, man. I feel like that match has a stain on it just because the crowd hijacked it and kind of ruined what that match really could have been. So, we have a stretcher match here. We have Batista versus Shawn Michaels. This was very good. Gosh, that was the best match they had in 2008. That stretcher match was very, very good. Really love that stretcher match. Nothing bad to say about the stretcher match. I think that stretcher match was very, very good. Let's see. DIY versus Revival. Elite, for sure. That's one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. TakeOver Toronto was a pretty good show as well. But that tag team match, whoo, man. DIY, the Revival, and AOP used to have some crazy tag team matches back, NXT days, man. So that tag team match was, man, salute, man. That tag team match was great. Becky Lynch versus Trish. Almost said Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch versus Lita. This was decent. This was decent. This was okay. Lita at this stage, I feel like is kind of limited on what she can kind of do a little bit. So I do kind of feel like, just based off that, the match served its purpose, and it was good for the show and everything. It was a pretty decent match. I think the match had a pretty good delivery. The finish I thought was pretty good. The story build-up was okay too. So I'm gonna put it in the decent category. It's decent. Oh man, this match honestly I think surprised a lot of people as far as how good this was. Roman Reigns and Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. This was a very fun tag team match. Very good tag team match to watch. I'm gonna get really wild on this one. I'm putting this in the great category. I think this was a great match. This overexceeded a lot of people's expectations. Undertaker, especially coming off that Goldberg match. A lot of people forget this was after the Goldberg match, man. And Undertaker was a lot older at the time, but that tag team match definitely served its purpose. It was a very, very fun match to watch. That was great, man. That was great. I know some people are going to trip because I put that over Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, but you know what? I think that match is better. I think it's better. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, Royal Rumble. Yeah, this was decent. This really wasn't as great as it should have been, or as people would have thought it would have been, at least. This match was a little disappointing. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. That's not the Extreme Rules match. It's the Payback match. Their Payback match was decent as well. I do feel like the Extreme Rules match, that would have been in the trash category, because Bayley was like, had the kendo stick but couldn't hit her because she was that too goody two-shoe baby face and everything. So yeah, the match at Payback though, I definitely think the match at Payback was decent. It was decent. Sledgehammer match, absolutely trash. I did not like that at all. The Sledgehammer TLC match, they had a sledgehammer hanging above the ring, bro. And Kevin Nash, man, he ain't have much. It's the reason he didn't come back to WWE after this match, because he didn't have much to offer, and Triple H was still, at the stage where he could perform at a high level. But Yeah, he didn't have much to offer to that match. He didn't have much to offer to that match at all. Sable versus Stephanie McMahon. It really wasn't that great. Yeah, it really wasn't that great, if I'm being honest. I mean, that storyline around that time was wild, too. I think this is the match that A-Train also came out and attacked Stephanie in as well, so... And then it led to the Stephanie and Vince match, but... Overall, that match, yeah, it really wasn't that great. This match was very good, actually. I really liked this match. Io Sky, who was Io Shirai at the time, versus Raquel Rodriguez, who was Raquel Gonzalez at the time. Very good match. I think a lot of people were kind of shocked that Raquel was getting that push because I think a lot of people expected that to be Dakota Kai. And I still think that was kind of Dakota Kai's spot, but Raquel, they obviously saw bigger plans for her. She got the bigger push, so, it was what it was. And Raquel was the one that was able to thrive the most and shine the most, and she's the one that got that big push. TLC, John Cena versus Randy Orton. This was decent. Most John Cena and Randy Orton matches, I'm not gonna lie, were kind of decent. There's only really 3 matches they've ever had to me that were kind of elite or classics. The I Quit match, the Iron Man match, and the 2014 Hell in a Cell match. Other than that, I mean, most of their matches you can go back and look at. Some of them were okay, some of them decent, some of them not even that good, and this was a decent one. This TLC match I thought was going to be a lot better than what it was. Had a lot of hype to it, but, overall, it didn't really live up to expectations like that. The Steel Cage match, this was the Hardys versus the Bar. I like the Steel Cage match. I'm going to put it in the good category. I thought the Steel Cage match was pretty good. You don't see too many tag team Steel Cage matches anymore. This might have been the last one they ever did. I could be wrong. Y'all can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that. But I think that could be the last tag team Steel Cage match we've had in WWE, and that was like in 2017. So they don't really do that match as much. Tyler Bate versus Gunther, who was Walter at the time. Elite, bro. Elite. My gosh, that match was incredible. Walter, a.k.a. Gunther, bro, doesn't have too many bad matches. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Gunther match. Like, the match that they had in TakeOver Cardiff, bro. Woo-hoo! That match was crispier than crispy chicken. You hear me, boy? Oh, my gosh, that match was, oh, my gosh, it was top tier. Last but certainly not least, this is also in the elite category. Usos versus Sami Zayn and KO. That's one of the best WrestleMania main events ever. One of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. That match all around was incredible. The atmosphere, the build, just the aura about that, man. That match all around was great. Back-to-back classics, too, man. Charlotte and Rhea went out and put on a classic, and then the Usos and KO and Sami had to follow up. I do think the Usos and KO and Sami's match wasn't better than Charlotte and Rhea. I think Charlotte and Rhea had the best match on night 1, but this ain't too far behind it. It's not too far behind it, man. It's not too far behind it, if you ask me. It's really nudging it. It's really nudging it. It's knocking on that door right there. But this is my overall tier list ranking. I do think a lot of people are probably not going to agree with this overall, especially where I have some of these matches placed. But you know what? I can take the controversy because it's my opinion, and we're all entitled to our opinions, and I like where I have these rankings. I feel like, to me, just based off match quality, I feel like every ranking is where it should be, if you ask me. So let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe, turn on all notifications to be updated with all pro wrestling content on this channel. And then when we go live every Sunday for the No Name Wrestling Podcast, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more tier list ranking, give me some suggestions in the comment section below as well, as far as tier list rankings you want to see me do. And let me know, grade my tier list ranking from a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you want to rank it that way, or you want to give it a grade from a F to an A, let me know. Let me know. I want to see people's perspectives and opinions. I'm very, very curious. Extremely curious. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm very curious to see what people think about this tier list ranking, because I look at it and it's valid to me. But that's just me. Let me know what y'all think.